Welcome. I have decided that, with the anticipation of the Mad Titans Shadow box coming up, I figured, I'd actually play through a Galaxy's Most Wanted campaign. I bought the box a while ago, but I just didn't have the ability to play with a friend consistently enough to play through it, and I just feel like it should have, be experienced as two-handed, because that's kind of the way it's designed. And so I made it through, I'd played each of the scenarios a few times, with the exception of the final one, which is Ronan the Accuser, because I'd heard he's just brutal and seems kind of unfair, even to the point of being unfun. And I just thought to myself, that's something I have to experience fresh. So I've been playing through a Galaxy's Most Wanted expert campaign, including the expert side schemes, all the expert rules, which people just generally recommend against because the side schemes can be really ridiculous. And my rule was if I got defeated 2 times in a row on a scenario, I would remove one of the expert things, probably starting with the side scheme. So I managed to make it through all of these scenarios except Nebula, where I did have to remove her side scheme. And as soon as I removed the side scheme, I won pretty handily. So I've been playing with Iron Man Justice, which is kind of a janky, thrown together deck, but it's been working. And then Star Lord, I've been playing Leadership, but not with like the Disco Death Race kind of thing where you throw them all out and do Blaze of Glory. I've been playing with an adaptation on the Gray Suite that Astrodar developed and that I used in the Rocket Raccoon video. So I adapted it for Star Lord. And so yeah, so here you can see my campaign log. There was 2 of these side schemes in the display. I've managed to defeat the headhunter every time. I've managed every single scenario to do defeat the headhunter and defeat the side scenario, um, which is nice, or the side scheme. And so now I'm on Ronan the Accuser, and so I wanted to share with you guys my completely blind initial playthrough of Ronan the Accuser in Expert Campaign, because I hear it's pretty ridiculous, and I figure some of you guys might want a little bit of Schadenfreude. So I'm gonna zoom on over here. Here we have, and my headcanon was, Iron Man did become a Guardian at one point, and I really like playing Iron Man. And, Star-Lord is the guy who kind of recruits him in, so I figured, what the heck? Let's have Star-Lord be my other one. And he is a lot of fun, but man, is he inconsistent, as you would expect with his playstyle. So, um, yeah, let's take just a quick look at some of the nonsense that's coming towards me. So you've been warned. If you didn't want to spoil the scenario, you know what I'm playing now. So anything now forward is spoiler. I haven't actually read any of these. I just set them out, so I will be experiencing them with you. So Kree command ship, 1 extra treachery. When it's revealed from the encounter deck, exhaust the Milano, spend 1 resource of any type. Okay, so I get the option to exhaust the Milano and spend a resource to cancel a treachery. That tells me there's going to be some really nasty treacheries in here. We've got threshold of 14, which I started most of the way towards thanks to the campaign stuff, and it goes up 4 every turn. Yay. We've got cut the power, which is also an additional campaign thing. Exhaust the Milano, or place 2 threat. Okay, so that's if it was drawn as a side scheme. So it's just I have to kill this before I kill this. So I might even want to prioritize heroic intuition a little faster to try to get this down to not immediately lose to this. We've got an acceleration token, a boost. I forget what these are called. Amplifier token. So anytime a boost card is counted, you add 1 to it, even if it's 0, I believe. At least I've been playing that way. Another encounter card, 2 more boost. So right off the bat, I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, which would put it over the threshold. Nope, it wouldn't. It would put it up to 13 out of 14. So even 1 in sight from anything. And this gets pushed over into the second scheme, which of course I haven't seen yet. So that's all the nastiness that we've got sitting aside there. Now let's take a look at Ronan. So he's tough, of course. Um, found the cut the power. Gotcha. When he activates against me, give him 1 additional boost card if I control the Power Stone. So he's going to basically be beating down whoever's holding the Power Stone, which Star-Lord started with because he's first player. He also, funnily enough, was the one who had it at the end of the last scenario just because his element gun allows him to do 3 damage pretty consistently, and so it's very easy to take it back from Nebula. I'm hoping that will come in handy too, especially with element gun destroying tough. Um, Okay. 3 attack, 2 scheme, so he's already heavy hitting. Now we've got his weapon. So if I want to get rid of it, I can get an encounter card and take damage, or I can just accept that he always has 4 attack and 3 scheme. I'm probably just gonna try to play around this for now and just not take the damage because I have no idea what kind of nastiness is in here. Speaking of, I'll just reshuffle these again. All right, now I know what I'm looking at. So without further ado, here is my completely blind playthrough of Expert Ronan on campaign with the side scheme, which is now, it's so bad, this is such an oppressive side scheme that it's been made optional by the official ruling because it was so brutal. Um, which I will probably try to play. Let's see, does it have a, okay, it has a not so bad side, so I might try to play with that next time if I lose this brutally, which I am sure I will. Also, since I had Power Stone, I had to deal myself a You Stand Accused. I have no idea what that does, but I will find out during the encounter phase. So let's draw up with Mr. Peter Quill. All right, so nice, nice. Actually, it seems like this is going to be really important to get down early because it'll give everybody an additional thwart to get rid of all the nonsense that he has. Creative Solution might be cool too. I mean, this is just a really good card in general, but especially in Galaxy's Most Wanted. Well, I mean, it comes from the campaign, but there's going to be a lot of statuses going around. Even just removing the tough and dealing 3 to an enemy this turn. Hey, it's a free 3 damage on Ronan and gets rid of his tough, so I'll keep that. Don't want Blaze of Glory yet. Don't want Sliding Shot yet because I have a feeling I'm not going to be doing a bunch of damage this turn. I do start with the Milano. What were my options to do things with the Milano this turn? Obviously, I can get a wild resource, but I can also remove 3 threat from this ridiculous scheme, which is probably what I'm going to have to do, so I don't take that. Okay. This will replace a card. I mean, I don't, because I have a fair amount of, I have the power of leadership and the power in all of us to draw these. So if I can draw into those with between the 3 draws now, I don't want to throw away Ironheart. I feel like I'm going to need as many chump blockers as possible. So I'm just going to draw up 2. And I didn't draw any of my double resources, but we'll make it work. I do have Grand Strategy here, which is really cool. So you remove it from the game, which I read in the rules discussion that that just means from this match, because it's the game, just like you remove the nemesis or not the nemesis, the obligations from the game, quote unquote, rather than from the campaign. So I was able to use it last time, but I have this here because when he gets his helmet down and I get 3 in front of me, he he can draw up to 8, which is a ridiculous hand size. And so I just figured this might come in useful for a big turn. In fact, it helped me finish Nebula in 1 turn last time. So that's why I picked that. Creative Solution is just useful, especially since he ends up getting himself in a lot of trouble. So that's the mulligan for him. Uh, Reshuffle this, make sure. Iron Man is Iron Man. I'm going to do Iron Man things with him. I am going to try to play like Normal Iron Man and stay down the first turn, and I'm sure I will regret it, and it's going to be hilarious. Well, that's annoying. I don't like seeing that early because that's going to be an extra like 3 thwart later on. And draw a card. So that's why I picked that for him, obviously, because he likes to ready up and thwart a ton. But, well, I'm going to do Iron Man things with him. I would love to get Heroic Intuition out, but I do have a second one, and I have to do Iron Man things or I will get Iron Man. So unfortunately, this has to go away too. Draw back up to 6. Oh, sorry. Whoop. That one goes back there. Reshuffle. Didn't see. You didn't see anything. All right, this isn't so bad. I can get up a bunch of stuff this turn. So that's not a terrible first turn for Iron Man. Let's get into it. So I have Smooth Talker, so I get one more chance to see. So actually it matters the order in which I do this, because if I'm going to use Creative Solution... Oh, shoot, I can't. Okay. Darn. Because I can't use Creative Solution before I use Smooth Talker. Or sorry, the other way around. Yeah, before I use Smooth Talker. So I wanted to draw one, and then see the next card so I could see 2 cards, but I can't do that because this is a hero action. So that's annoying. I will do... I guess it doesn't really matter. Smooth Talker. Okay, Smooth Talker really doesn't matter because I'm just going to draw it again with Creative Solution anyways. So I'm not going to use my ability. So I forgot set up search for Element Gun. So I'm going to go find my Element Gun. And this is something I've forgotten in a couple of scenarios, and I still did okay. Just the setup, it's really easy to forget. So now we'll flip over. Um, for now, let's just use Creative Solution to remove Tough and do 3 damage. And draw a card. And that gets me Rapid Response. Rapid Response isn't horrible for Maria Hill. Obviously, it's really built in there for like Nick Fury, the Nick Furies of the world, but I'm going to use Grand Strategy and make the call to get Maria Hill out. Draw a card. You draw a card. Probably an easier way to do that, but whatever. She comes out with 2 health. So I got Groot. Still not quite what I want. Sorry, Groot, I love you, but, you know. I will do what could go wrong, of course, because what could go wrong? Let's get down Leader of the Guardians. Now the question is, do I get Element Gun down, Rapid Response down, or like Ironheart? I have a feeling I'm going to want more chump blockers rather than less, but I guess Groot is a better chump blocker overall than Ironheart. Let's exhaust the Milano and get rid of 3. It's going to slowly whittle that down. I guess Groot is an overall better blocker and just general, because I don't really have a use for her card. So we're going to do that. 1, 2, 3. I know I said I wanted rapid response, but let's get some bodies out there. And let's let the bodies hit the floor. Hopefully Ronan's and not mine. So now I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 thwart I can do right now. So what do I want to do with that? 6 and 3. Can I split it up that way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I sure can. That sounds like a good idea so that I don't get this flipped. So 1, 2 from this, 3, 4 from Leader of the Guardians, because every Guardian I control, and I control Star-Lord. So 4th thwart, off, cut the power, and then, oh, not Maria Hill, I want to thwart with Groot for 1 plus Leader of the Guardians and get rid of this. So that is his first thing down. Now we'll thwart with Maria Hill for 3, probably off the main one. Otherwise, that last bit was pointless. So obviously I'm leaving these up here, which is the main complaint, right? Because these are just nasty, nasty, nasty things. I think that's literally all I can do. So hopefully these aren't too bad. Ha 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 ha. Funny. And let's get on to Mr. Tony Stark here. Ooh, this is looking beautiful. So with, okay. I might be able to do some really weird stuff here, where I can like use one of these pieces as a resource and then use next turn use Stark Tower to get it back. So I just have to actually plan this out to make sure that I am as efficient as I can be. I guess the first thing I want to do is I want to do Futurist, so look at the top 3. Ooh, taking a sure gamble. So I picked that with him for obvious reasons. Reduce the resource cost of the next card played by 3. That just allows him, if I'm partially set up. Hell, I might. No, unfortunately. I might want to keep that for next turn so that I can just come out with whatever big card I have in here and use Sure Gamble for it. Usually I would use it for like Mark 5 armor or something, or Pepper Potts, but here I have them both now when I'm not in hero form. So, okay, bear with me here. So if I were to use, so if I'm going to pretend like I'm going to try to keep, I'm going to try to get both armors out this turn. If I used those 2 to get Pepper Potts down, I used Pepper and Sure Gamble to get the armor out, then I use this to get the gauntlets out. That's not a bad turn. Obviously I get 2 big up. This is a big upgrade and I get Pepper out. That would be great. But is there a way that I can also get Stark Tower out? So that's the question of the round, is can I also get Stark Tower out? So bear with me, bear with me. So if instead we do this, we use Pepper to get Stark Tower out, then we use, okay, so then we've still got all these in hand. Then we've got Genius plus Powered Gauntlets. Yeah, Genius plus Powered Gauntlets to get Mark 5 out. And then next turn I can use Stark Tower to get Powered Gauntlets into my hand and then play it. Um, that's a little bit of a tempo hit because then at the end of the day I still have to play Powered Gauntlets, and I would be like biased into trying to keep this to use it next turn, which probably won't pay off. So that's all to say. I don't think I'll be spending much time in Alter Ego now anyway, like this game anyways, because Ronan is apparently really difficult. So spread these, get these back in my hand. So I'll do the first. Sorry I made you guys sit through all that for nothing, but there's some really crazy stuff you can do with Tony and the tower and Pepper. So gonna pay 1, 2, 3 to get Pepper down. Pepper plus Sure Gamble gets Mark 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then this gets Powered Gauntlets down, and actually, so that I can use Pepper for a double resource next turn, I am going to keep Stark Tower. Okay, so I can do some crazy weird stuff. So I could use Pepper to use a double resource to get Stark Tower down. There's some stuff I could do next turn, so we'll find out. So that readies him up. So I'll draw him back up to 5, back up to 6. Ooh, that's not a lot of tech, but he can limp along with 3 pieces. We'll draw you back up to 5, and now the real fun starts. So I'm actually going to keep a turn counter to see how fast Ronan kills me so I can brag about it. So that was my turn, his turn. So first, 1, 2, 3, 4 from here, plus 1, plus 2. So he's at 10 out of 14. Oh shoot, I forgot he's going to just scheme out against Tony anyways. Oops. Because he just has 3 schemes, so if he draws any icon at all, he schemes out. So what I should have done is, instead of worrying about this, I should have taken like 4 off of one of these to make them more manageable, because this is going away anyways, but whatever. Alright. So first player, Ronan is going to activate against Mr. Star-Lord. Maria will jump in front and take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and go away. So I'm just also trying to gauge how much damage he usually does. Oh, plus 7. So he had one from this amplifier icon. So now he will scheme against Tony, and if he draws even 1 boost. Oh, he didn't. Oh, I think he does because of this. Now this is where my knowledge might not be right about amplifying icon. I think the amplifying icon always adds 1. If it does, and I'm correct, then this flips right now, and so I'm going to Grim Rule and say that it does. So this counts as 1 boost. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm already on to the next one. Oh, I could have removed 3 threat from this scheme with the Milano instead of from this scheme. I probably would have done that knowing that I'm keeping Tony down, but in the spirit of true blind playthrough, I am going to just realize that I forgot that I could do that because there's a lot going on here. So that's out. Take what is mine. When revealed, attach the Power Stone to Ronan the Accuser. Okay. He gets his Power Stone. And he flips. So this starts at 2 threat. While the Power Stone is attached to him, threat cannot be removed. So I have to take it back from him by doing damage. It only goes up by 4 every turn, and it goes up to 20. So how bad could it be, really? That's a joke. That's a joke. So now we get our encounter cards. So the base 1 plus 1 plus 1. So 3 total encounter cards for Mr. Star-Lord over here. So we're starting off great. Five encounters here, 1 over here. What could go wrong? I stand accused. He attacks me with +1 attack. Okay. So that's what that card was. So he's going to attack me. I mean, he could just level me right now. But I kind of, with that +1 attack, and he has the Power Stone, so he's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, +1, 6 base. So he's already going to obliterate Groot even without the +1 attack. So unless he's got minions in here, which I think he does. God, okay. Right now, if he draws a triple boost, I die right now. I think is what it comes down to. And so I have to just have Groot die. So here's his boost. boost. If it's an attack, it gets +3 boost icons. So I would have died there if I hadn't decided to tank with Groot. So there's one of the minions, and that is a nasty, nasty minion. So we're going to get rid of Groot. Counter card numero dos. When revealed, he okay. If no attack was made this way, this card gains Surge. Okay, well, thank you. Kree Private, Quick Strike. He engages with me and attacks me. So 1 damage. That could have been worse. Oh, it's another Surge. I swear I shuffled these. You saw me shuffle them. I swear I shuffled these. You saw me shuffle them. Kree Combat Armor. Okay, so that's going to make him a little bit more difficult to take the stone back from. Because now I can't just like element gun him. Not that I have an element gun right now, but I couldn't just element gun him to take it back. The Power Stone. But it almost seems like we should just let him have it, because it's really, he really wants it, and, this. So, we're just gonna let him have it for now. And there's shadows, because why not? This is turn 1, so let's do it. So here's Mr. Knife. He has Retaliate 1. Yeah. And every time the first time that I draw Treachery, which I'm going to draw a ton because I'm Star-Lord, it gets surged. I have to draw another one and deal with a Treachery. So obviously he is top priority. If I remember correctly, his side scheme isn't too bad. So 1, 2, +4, so 6 threat and another. So I mean, what's another counter card really? Like at the end of the day, is it really that big of a deal? And then actually these are probably going to dilute, oh shoot, these are probably going to dilute the encounter deck anyways, right? They're probably worse than what Ronan has in his base deck. So really I'm counting that as a plus for me. That's a plus. And now we have Iron Man's encounter. Jesus. Oh God. Okay. Okay. This has happened every game, by the way, with this master plan, where it comes up on turn 1 or turn 2 before I've gotten rid of the huge expert side scheme, and it just makes things impossible. So that was turn number 1. All right. Iron Man becomes player 1. He gets the Milano. Now, I don't think I can exhaust the Milano to remove this, so now my original plan of using it to remove this sounds great. Let's see what we can do here. So I can use Pepper to generate 2 resources, which there's not, I can probably get everything down this turn, so it's actually not that big of a deal. If I get Stark Tower down, like it's not going to hurt me. So I will use her to generate those resources to get Stark Tower. I don't think that I have any tech in here. Oh, no. Oh yeah. Yeah, so then I'm going to use Futurist. So look at the top 3, and if there's a tech, I want to keep it. Under Surveillance is really good. That would have helped us last turn, but I feel like Endurance is probably going to save our bacon. I'm going to regret that. Okay. So no, I didn't get tech. If I'd gotten a tech upgrade, I would have spent it to get this one out and then gotten it back with Stark Tower. So essentially a free card and resource is just one of the cute little things that Iron Man can do. So yeah, let's flip. Let's get, I mean, I might even want to use Supersonic Punch. So I don't have boots out, so it would only do 4 damage. But that would be enough to take the Power Stone away, which would be kind of funny. Alternately turn the Tide on a thwart here to do 3 damage and start thinking about popping one of these guys. So I can get the helmet out. Now let's use the Milano to backtrack some of that master plan damage. Okay, so since I don't have boots, I don't need this wild resource to count for like a rocket boots, right? So I'll just use, as weird as it seems, I'm gonna use Power Justice to get this down. This gets to remove one threat from a scheme. I like having this to where I can get it in 2 more turns with the Milano, so I'll use it on that. I will thwart for 2 up here, which means I get to use Turn the Tide and do 3 damage to an enemy. Now the question is which enemy? I could get him down to half, or I could get these guys to within like ally hit range, like from Gamora. But if I don't get Mr. Knife down... okay. So what I'll do is I'll do the 3 to Mr. Knife, and then I'll use my powered gauntlets to take off 1 more, and then Star-Lord can finish him off. Okay. Oh, except I take, is that an attack? Of course it is. So I take 2 retaliate from that. It's not ideal, but I just don't have the boppage necessary to kill him without it. I mean, I guess I could have supersonic punched. Alright, let's not do this part of it. And now I can supersonic punch to finish him off. And then I don't get endurance down, which is like the whole reason that I chose that over the others, but whatever. Let's do it. Supersonic punch to finish this guy. Bye-bye, Mr. Knife. I can do 1 damage to one of these guys, and then Star-Lord and Gamora can take down one of them as well. Of course, something I'm noticeably not doing is thwarting. Okay. So now we've got Mr. Star-Lord. Do I have any card draw? I don't. I could sliding shot and take any counter card, sliding shot to kill the Kree Private. And then these to get Gamora down. I might want to do these first. Okay, I have an idea. I might end up playing Blaze of Glory depending on what I draw with Gamora. So I'll use these 2 plus this to get Gamora out. And when she attacks, I discard cards until I get an event and I put it in my hand. So I will use her to hit for 1, 2 here. And now I'll discard. Now do I get... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Did I shuffle this? There's an event. That was a lot of very useful basic allies that I just discarded. Okay. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that. I do have Mockingbird over here too at least, but holy moly. Okay. Alright. So I'm not gonna Blaze of Glory. I am gonna sliding shot this guy away. Just to get rid of him. I mean, I guess it's not that big of a priority. If I were to thwart with Star-Lord, what would I do? I mean, it's not like I'm making a dent on any of this stuff this turn anyways. Yeah, whatever. Let's take the encounter card. Play sliding shot. What could go wrong? Bop the Kree Private. And then swing and kill this Kree Private as well. I definitely could have played that turn better, because now I'm sitting here with a bunch of crap that I don't want. Alright, well, he's going to discard out and draw back up. Ready up. Okay, at least I can make the call something, like maybe a Maria Hill, but I could have used that. Okay, whatever. This deck is built around Welcome Aboard and basic allies, and I just didn't get a chance to play those. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say no to Endurance this time, just because I only have 4 cards in my hand, and I need those to be upgrades, which they aren't. So this is not looking great. This is not looking great at all. Alright, so now what is it going to add? He's going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 every turn. So not a big deal. Oh shoot. Well, I already messed up. And there's no way for me to unmess up. So I'm going to take this as a lessons learned. If I win this, then I'll have to try over again. But let's be honest, I'm not going to win this. I couldn't actually do this without taking the weapon away from him. And so really what I would have had to do was supersonic punch him, or the Power Stone. So I would have had to supersonic punch him for 3 damage to take the Power Stone. So I wouldn't have finished off Mr. Knife with me. So essentially, I'd probably just have one more of these guys out on the board, and I still would have been able to thwart and do 3 damage. So the board wouldn't be that much different. I think I would still have one Kree Private out. I mean, heck, do I want to just house rule that and say that I do? Like, nah, whatever. It is whatever. It's me learning the scenario. So he ticks up. So this is his second turn. Now he's going to activate against Iron Man, who I just realized doesn't have anybody to take the hit for him. But Iron Man has more HP than Star-Lord, so here comes my boost. Oh, dead to rights. And exhaustion. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 damage. Oops, that was 10. So 9 damage on Iron Man. I need the thwart, so I wasn't gonna bother defending for 1. Like that's just usually such a horrible trade-off for Iron Man, unless you have like armored vest or something. So now he's gonna activate against Star-Lord, and seeing that he just did 9 damage, I'm gonna have Gamora jump in front of it for standing accused. Additional boost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 damage. So Gamora's gonna die. And now we get all of our fun encounter cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 for you. Let's see what he has in store. Discard 1 card at random from my hand, take 1 damage, and place 1 threat on the main scheme. Okay, so usually I use random.org, but you guys don't want to see that, so I'm just going to stack these all on top of each other, shuffle, and take the top 1. Interrogation room. Get these guys back. And then take 1 damage, place 1 threat on the main scheme. Assault. Oh, geez. Well, it's about to end. Defending for 1, which I don't even think helps me survive even without boost, but we're gonna humor it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. 9 damage. -1 is -4. Mr. Iron Man, you, sir, are Mr. Deadman. And what that means is that I've usually just been giving up because obviously Star-Lord isn't going to solo this, so I would have just given up right now, but for for the humor, I'm going to keep going. I don't remember if I keep these encounter cards or not. I know that the minions move over, but I don't think the encounter cards do, but for the heck of it, we're going to move the encounter cards over. So pincer maneuver, so 3 plus 2 plus 2 times player, so 2, 3. So we got more acceleration tokens. We've got our Spartan Cunning, which I'm just going to say, since I'm not even looking at these, that one. Okay, Element Gun goes away. Take 1 damage, 1/3 on the main scheme. And then these are the 2 that I don't know if I would have had or not, but whatever. So scheme, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. And, well, defend. It might not even be a big deal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. -1 is 7. And you are a Deadlord. So, a couple mistakes there as I was learning the scenario. The amount of nonsense he can spit out is obviously pretty ridiculous. Let me go look at this Kree Supremacy side scheme here. So this still, the worst part about this card is actually this hazard icon, because it just, as you saw, it's so easy to just get overwhelmed. So even if I flipped it to the standard, I'm not sure how much that would help me. Well, it's only a hinder 3, so maybe there's just less, but that's what I'm going to do for my next play. Obviously, I'm not going to record it. I'm just going to play it on my own. But yeah, that's uh that's Ronan. Um, Need to remember this. I need to remember to play around using the Milano to get the threat off of this first scheme that this was, so that I don't get schemed out on the first turn. Not that that was what killed me, but just a general good thing. I may end up swapping out one of the market cards for. There's a card in here that cancels a treachery. Um, this one, just any card. So when any card isn't revealed from the encounter deck, having seen these now, there's definitely some that you can pick and choose, or specific moments that you can pick and choose to save that for. Um, but yeah, hopefully you got a little bit of Schadenfreude from watching me barely, not even barely hang on, watching me get destroyed in 2 villain phases from Ronan the Accuser. And I will be back with my plays of the Solo Champions League pretty soon here. I'm pretty much done practicing, and so I'll get those played probably tomorrow. So thanks for watching.